There we go. Yay. Okay. Everything's working again. If you build a grasping vines. Well, that's not good. Because this should be updating to say, for example, I can't build the photosynthesis tower. Which, luckily, I can't. But let's see if I can build another grasping vines. Yep, I can, so that's awesome. That broke. Should be able to rebuild it. Nice, okay. So it's just not updating the slot counter. So we'll look into that next. Hi, sheep. Hi, sheep. Okay. Alright, so under GUI machine selection, that's basically here. So that's a container issue, container machine selection, tile remaining slots. Tile slot lineup, so there's constant top slot for machines list. So we add a machine. So then we need to make sure that our machines list gets a mapping. So it looks like that's what it's doing. And we don't really need that either. Don't really need return. Yeah, that's what done it. So why is that not working then? So starting slots would be 0 plus machines get required slots. Okay, so top slot for machine. So a machine that takes up one slot. The top slot would be. Okay, so this needs to be -1 because this is an offset. The slots are 0 to 4. So if a machine takes up one slot, the top slot would also be 0. It would be bottom slot would be 0, top slot would be 0. So it'd be starting slot 0 plus machine get required slots, so it takes up one slot. Then we need to subtract 1. And so it's a machine that takes up 2 slots, like the grasping vines would be. We need to make sure that the top slot reads 1. So that's starting at 0 plus 2 minus 1 gives us 1. Or else 0. So basically if we don't find a machine. So that all makes sense. So the container. Okay, so let's try this again. The fun bits, right? Working on distributed architecture. And this is another bug. I don't know why. For some reason, even though in it2lib these are marked as variables, so they're reassignable, for some reason when I actually pull it in, IntelliJ thinks they're vals. Because it's the decompile, it's reconstructed code. But the jar itself knows it's a var. So IntelliJ highlighter throws an error on me reassigning to it, but it compiles correctly. Don't ask me why. It's one of those little interesting things. Also, this doesn't want to reload the graphic, even though I'm still pulled to it. There's another weird thing. So if we try this again, we have 8 slots, build grasping vines, that should read 7, but it doesn't. And why did that break? That might be the reason why. Nope. Well, it didn't actually break. I still only have 17, so that's just interesting. Okay. I could... Let's throw in some breakpoints. So how's your Wednesday been going? Mine's been going slow. Woke up pretty late again, because Saturday, of course it's rainy, and now it's already dark outside at 4:30. Yay, where I live. If my mic's not working too, let me guys know, because I've been fiddling around with the settings. Fiddling around with the settings. But, what? Oh, right, okay, let's continue. Okay, maybe I don't... Let's not enable you at the moment, so I can actually do stuff. Okay. Okay, interesting. Oh, these are saying they won't fire. That's why. Yeah, let's try that again. There we go, okay. So machines list should have nothing. Machines list should have 1. So we continue, get remaining slots. Oops, I'm hitting the wrong button. So slots should be 3. Okay. We go to here. Okay, so that the number of slots coming out is correct. Okay, what's not updating is the GUI's not updating. Even though the container theoretically should be... Oh, I'm kind of dumb. Okay, let's see if this is it. Always watch your indents. So theoretically, what this should actually be doing now is that if the remaining slots doesn't match up with our current slot count, that's not right. That's also not right. Because in that case, that'll only fire when, that's probably what it was too. That'll only fire on the very first crafter. So we make sure we do this outside of that loop. Alright, so let's try this again. That might be what it was too. Who knows? More people, hello everyone. Thank you for joining me on this rainy Saturday night. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in Twitch chat. I am watching it. And I'll answer to the best of my ability. Otherwise, sit back, listen to the sweet, sultry sounds of my voice as I struggle with getting stuff to behave as it. There we go. Okay, that's exactly what it was. I was updating it too soon because I was an idiot. So there you go. So now we actually, let me show that again. So we have our photosynthesis tower. If I built a grasping vines, photosynthesis tower went away. That didn't work though. Why didn't that work? Grasping vines. Okay, that's displaced one. More bugs, more bugs. Okay, let's go back to that. I think that's something to do with that off by one change we did earlier. So let's look at that. First free slot is top slot for machine. Aha, see? +1. So this should be one above. This should be one above what the top slot for the last machine is. And then we should be okay with not overflowing past because the remaining slots by required slots should keep track of that. So okay, if we go back to here, we should be fine again. Let's double check. So I was off by 1 on one calculation, but then because that one was off by 1, the other one, which needed to have the offset, was actually working correctly. So I didn't make sure that I matched that before. And let's try it one more time. This one's probably in a bad state. Grasping vines. Grasping vines. This shouldn't be showing. So looks like I've got one more off by 1. And that's, I think, in the thing that's actually grabbing the list. So when we check this, so now if we break those, we should actually see a lot of these pop back up. We actually saw all of them pop back up, which is not correct. We shouldn't be able to build a photosynthesis tower. So there's two off by 1s there. Let's check container. Actually, not container. We need the GUI. Machine selection. Get machines that fit. So this is based on get required slots less than or equal to get remaining slots. Okay, so let's check our machine list. And that one was metabolic converter, I believe. Get required cybermass 0 required slots 1. Okay,